Drew McIntyre quit the WWE, CM Punk made his return in Chicago, so Drew McIntyre came back like a supervillain. The camera work?
Nice.
Dude carried a beat-up hometown hero and dropped him in front of his people. Hate to say it, man. Hate to say that word, but cinema. I also love how blood is just normalized in the WWE. The first time we saw it back was when The Rock made Cody bleed. You know, from Mama Rhodes, I'ma make you bleed, boy. And it's just so common right now that it's pretty much normal and you absolutely love to see it. Not quite sure why they advertised Drew McIntyre for SummerSlam just before he came back, but I'll let it slide. This was the best SmackDown of 2024, hands down in my opinion. The reunion between CM Punk and Paul Heyman that actually planted some seeds. In a way that kinda sounds weird. Well, we were so happy seeing them together, maybe we planted some seeds. Ew. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre just progressed to a whole new level. Amazing qualifying matches. And of course the debut of Jacob Fatu. Dude has Umaga vibes. Y'all thought Solo has Umaga vibes? Well, not really. It's Jacob Fatu, and honestly, he's the best part of the Bloodline right now. Well, this fake ass Bloodline. Dude has so much aura for whatever reason. Like, this is the first time I'm actually watching his stuff outside of some highlights, and it's just so good. Like, I can tell this dude is going to be great, and now I understand why WWE thought he might overshadow Solo. He already did. WWE, he already did. That's not necessarily a bad thing, though. Just like Paul Heyman said, it was hot as balls on SmackDown. Man, everything from the script to camera work was just absolutely perfect. Just when I said that WWE are lacking something, I feel like the shows are getting repetitive. We don't get that oomph. It's something I complain about a lot. I like SmackDown, the stories are kind of progressing, it just lacks that oomph. And we got that oomph. We got a lot of oomph. So people, welcome back to Greatness of SmackDown. We're gonna talk about the entire show, but first, a quick word from our sponsor. This video is sponsored by Wrestling GM, where you can actually prove that you can book it better. Wrestling GM is the best wrestling simulation game in the world. The only game where you can be a business owner, TV show writer, and universe creator at the same time. Pick who fights, who becomes champion, manage each wrestler's career, write your own storylines and feuds, and even create your own wrestlers and companies. Find out why 250k plus players continually keep playing Wrestling GM. The game is very deep and the opportunities to play it are endless. It is the perfect mix of creativity and strategy. You can control and create all the outcomes within the game. I also played this game before on my channel. The playlist of Wrestling GM series is in the description below. Wrestling GM is available on all iOS and Android devices, and there's a link to download the game in the description below. Hey, welcome back everybody to another episode of Greatness of SmackDown. Now, again, lovely show, bottom to top, top to bottom, everything was absolutely perfect. Like, seriously, from the winners of qualifying matches to segments to storytelling, everything was perfect. And of course, this show kicked off with the hometown hero CM Punk. Huge crowd reaction, of course, which is another highlight. The crowd was unbelievable. He says it is great to be alive on a Friday night in Chicago. He mentioned 2011 Money in the Bank when he said he's going to walk out as the WWE champion. You know, just a lot of nostalgia. He also sang like Mussolini. Punk says for weeks and months Drew McIntyre kicked him while he was down, and that's why he made a promise and kept it. He's not gonna kill Drew McIntyre, as if that's unusual in the WWE right now, but he said he's going to kill his career. And honestly, he didn't think it would be that easy. He said Drew McIntyre took his ball and went home. And then we see Paul Heyman, and I absolutely popped for this. We all know the history between Paul Heyman and CM Punk, both on screen and off screen, so this was unbelievable, right? We're seeing these two, and they hugged, and this felt like a real moment, and Paul Heyman was crying. Okay, so what was the point of this? Not to make this video into a big quote show. Paul Heyman was here to warn CM Punk because Solo heard that this is CM Punk's place, and he was pissed. Because we all know Chicago is known, famously known, as Solo's town. He tells Punk to get out of the ring. And obviously during this we got F Solo Sikoa chants, we got We Want Roman chants. Punk asks Heyman what favor Heyman would ask of Punk if Punk were to do his favor. And Heyman tells him, take me with you. Ah man, like Solo is gonna kill Heyman. I think so. This is gonna be bad for Heyman. Like, my man is not even hiding it anymore. He doesn't want to be a part of this. So we see the Bloodline, and what Punk is going to do. Well, he called them fake Usos, fake-ass tribal chief, and Heyman is just scared. We're about to see a brawl, but of course we got Cody with those baseball bats, leading to Cody challenging Solo Sikoa to a match, promising Randy and Kevin Owens won't be there. Just great shit, man. Great shit. Planting some seeds for stuff that is not even happening right now, but maybe down the line. And just, you know, having Punk in Chicago, interacting with the biggest heels in the WWE at the moment. Absolutely love this. You know, it may be weird seeing me this positive about a WWE show, but honestly, nothing to complain about. Really enjoyed everything right here. Of course, Randy Orton and Kevin Owens don't really think it's a great idea to go alone. Yeah, they have a point. And I had no idea a certain Jacob is going to debut. Now, obviously, Solo Sikoa was not happy about what Paul Heyman said and asked him, do you want to leave? And Heyman, of course, says no, but they need to talk. As you guys know, lately on Greatness of Raw and Greatness of SmackDown, I like to talk about a specific storyline first, and it's not necessarily the show in order, so why don't we just talk about what happened in the main event. So, before the main event match, Heyman says we're supposed to just look after Cody until the tribal chief returns, and Solo tells him Roman is not coming back. Two ways to look at it. Maybe he heard from Roman Reigns that Roman has no intentions of ever coming back to the WWE after losing the Universal Championship, or perhaps Solo just wants to be the leader and he feels like Roman is not needed here anymore. He feels like Roman lost the championship, he's irrelevant, he, you know, brought shame to the bloodline. Because and losing a championship is bringing shame to the bloodline, not necessarily losing 5,900,000 matches in a year. Whatever the case may be, great storytelling right here. So we got the main event of SmackDown. So Solo versus Cody, which was pretty nice, but a pretty short match because we got the Bloodline interfering. Now, obviously, we got Randy Orton and Kevin Owens with the save, and everything seemed to be going fine. Until Jacob interferes, and WWE did such a great job. Like, every move had more intensity. His facial expressions are absolutely unbelievable. You just feel this sense of danger. This man is unhinged. Like, WWE tried to do this with Tangaloa or Tama. I know the names, people. I know the names. So they tried to do this with Tama, and it kind of works, but this is just on a whole different. This is a psychopath. He's kind of stupid in a good way. He's dumb. Jacob is a dumbass. And that's good for the Bloodline. So it's fair to say now I'm excited about the new Bloodline. Will it overshadow Solo? Maybe. I think he is the most interesting out of the four so far. Is that necessarily a bad thing? Talent is talent. It's really dumb to complain about that in my personal opinion. So that was great. I want to talk about the qualifying matches, which I believe absolutely delivered. Michin versus Bianca, Belair versus Chelsea Green. Fast-paced match, crowd loved it. And this one seemed like, okay, Bianca is winning, obviously, because she's Bianca Belair, one of the main superstars of the WWE. So I enjoyed the match, and I really loved the finish. So Bianca hits her finisher on Michin, and Chelsea Green picks up the W. She would be such a great Miss Money in the Bank. Like, this is made for a character like Chelsea Green, and she's so good, she's so entertaining, so charismatic. I honestly believe she's gonna win the whole Money in the Bank ladder match. It needs to happen. She also has, you know, Piper Niven to protect her, so this whole championship title reign would make sense. Great stuff. And I'm so happy with the result. I think WWE absolutely nailed it. We had another qualifying match. Randy Orton versus Tonga versus Carmelo Hayes. Another great match. Randy got such a huge pop from Chicago. That's what I loved about the show, man. Every match had a meaning. And to give WWE some credit, it's happening a lot lately. You're watching a match for a reason. Now, I did wanted Randy Orton to win because I would love to see those goddamn RKOs in a Money in the Bank ladder match. But since we got the Bloodline with the interference, Carmelo Hayes took advantage of the opportunity and won the match. I wanted Randy Orton, but this makes sense. Obviously, Carmelo lost way too many matches. He needs that. He's going to be great in that ladder match. So I understand, and that's what WWE did with the ladder match so far. Every talent is someone that didn't really get that big opportunity yet, which I like that. I remember back in the day when we got All-Star WWE Money in the Bank ladder match with stars like John Cena, Chris Jericho, The Big Show, and Kane. And I felt like, well, I don't care. They were already champions. At least give me someone to root for. Another match was Kevin Owens versus Andrade versus Grayson Waller. This was great. Absolutely love how much chemistry all these three men had. And it made me realize how much I actually love Andrade in the ring. This was the best thing Andrade did in the WWE ever since he came back, in my opinion. Just classic Andrade right here. Absolutely loved this match. And look at the finish, boy. Of course, Andrade takes the W, and like I've said, everyone is someone that was never a WWE champion before, so it's gonna be interesting. Now, I do want to talk about one of the competitors in the match, Grayson Waller, who wishes best of luck to Austin Theory, who's recovering from an injury. Of course, Johnny Gargano says you don't care about him, you're using him. And this is pretty interesting. Obviously, Austin Theory, Johnny Gargano have a lot of history. They were a faction in NXT or something along those lines. Didn't really watch, but, you know, seen pictures. Never been there, never done that. So, I like this. I really feel like Austin Theory could unite himself with Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, but this time around he should be like the main guy, right? Let's be honest right here. Like the focus should be on Austin Theory. So I think the face turn is really gonna work. I'm having a gut feeling. People, and that is the most, you know, important metric in professional wrestling, what the Great One thinks. Let's talk about the LA Knight versus Logan Paul situation. So, the match is not happening at Money in the Bank, understandably so, because during this LA Knight promo, he revealed he's going to be in a qualifying match next week against Santos Escobar. So, he calls out Logan Paul, Logan is not coming out, but LA Knight doesn't have a problem with both winning the United States Championship and the WWE Championship. Santos interrupts, LA Knight disrespects Santos, Santos attacks him, and from behind, Logan Paul attacks LA Knight. We even got Logan Paul on his show. What a banger. What a banger. I think what WWE could do right here is LA Knight winning the qualifying match. He's going to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. And again, Logan Paul caused him the match, which I know is going to piss off a lot of people, but LA Knight is not winning that match. Let's be honest right here. LA Knight is not winning the Money in the Bank briefcase. He's winning the United States Championship at SummerSlam. I don't know, people have mixed opinions on this story. I know it's not great, but to me it's not necessarily what's happening with the storyline, it's kind of the external. Does that... do I even make any sense right here? To me it's like what this represents, and this to me represents Logan Paul hijacking the United States Championship, not defending it, and LA Knight is here to save us. You know, this moment of LA Knight being the one who dethrones Logan Paul, I like this idea. That's my take on it. During this Grayson Waller and DIY segment, the garage doors started to open up. I was like, holy shit, the Wyatt Six are here. But slowly, we see bloody CM Punk and Drew McIntyre standing like a super villain, and then he just puts CM Punk on his shoulders and carries him through backstage all the way to the arena and just drops him in front of his people. I can't even stress this enough. What a moment, what a visual. Then Drew McIntyre mocking CM Punk with Punk's blood on his hands. Obviously we got the security, all this, and CM Punk is taken to the hospital. Just how effective this shit is, man. Like, he could do that anywhere and it would be great. You know, it gives me the vibes of Cody and The Rock on that one Raw where they fight it backstage, and how memorable it was and how well done, well shot. This is the same vibe for me, you know. So, you know, you could do this anywhere, but doing this in Chicago is just spicing that shit up. It's just spicing that shit up like nothing else could. Oh man. They also revealed that Drew McIntyre is going to be appearing on Monday Night Raw to give us all the answers. So WWE didn't waste any time. Drew McIntyre is already back. So maybe it was just a trick, CM Punk. That was probably the reason. Now Drew McIntyre is going to make CM Punk's life a living hell. Great stuff. Great stuff. So just like I've said, shades of The Rock and Cody. I like these type of segments. I like that WWE's camera work is so good lately. And maybe they're gonna tell a story of, you know, CM Punk just being on the verge of getting cleared. Back to the injury list. So that's why we're not gonna see him at Money in the Bank, instead at SummerSlam, because before SummerSlam, triumphant return of CM Punk, because he's cleared again. I think that's what the story they're going to tell. So absolutely love this episode of SmackDown. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, subscribe if you already didn't for more content like this. And check out this video, whatever I put right here. Oh my god, this video is going to change your life. Your life might be meaningless, I don't know, but this video, oh dude, thanks for watching.